Greetings, my movie geeks. It arrived. The Snyder Cut was released worldwide on the 18th of March at 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. It appears that Zack Snyder's Justice League is a huge success. But was it good? Did it live up to the hype? Did it heal the wounds of the aptly named Justice League? Let's find out. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified every Wednesday. Firstly, I'll point out that the theatrical version of the Justice League was a basic good versus evil film where the bad guy comes to find an object to destroy the world. The good guys prevail and the bad guy is sent packing. It was a film that had been edited so much that it was the bare bones of a story. But I will admit that I actually did enjoy the film when I saw it. There were moments that were jarring and awkward, a misplaced comedy element here, and a fan service catchphrase here. Yeah. As well as turning one main character into an annoying, clumsy oaf. But, as I said, it was okay. It entertained me for the 2-hour cinema trip, and it did show a version of how Superman was to come back from the dead. However, it had been picked dry, there was no style, there were ideas that didn't go anywhere, and nothing that stood out except the chin on Henry Cavill's face. Zack Snyder's Justice League is basically the same film as the theatrical release, but it builds the world, including the multiverse, and references everything that has gone before. But, most of all, it gives us 4 hours of great character development for all the main players. Fast-paced and jaw-dropping action, and it has several cliffhangers that set up potential futures, some of which, sadly, may not come to fruition. The movie is so much more cohesive than anything in the 2017 theatrical release, as everything seems to fit together extremely well. There's set up for all the characters, and they're all paid off in a satisfying way. It is a slow build to the main point of the film, building the team, fighting the main villain, bringing Superman back from the dead, and going to the final showdown. It does build slowly, but by doing this, it gives us so much more time to get to know the characters and to feel for the world being set up. It also gives us time to digest the story. Set up in 6 different parts and an epilogue, the film works as both a big budget cinematic movie and possibly even more of a Justice League miniseries that could go on to change the way we view films on streaming services in the future. This version of Zack Snyder's Justice League is not the one that we would have got in 2017. This is clear. There were reshoots last year for this cut, extending the runtime and extending ideas that would have only been touched upon in the final product. I can imagine the original Snyder Cut being around 3 to 3.5 hours long for the cinema, setting up second and third films in the process. But due to this being released on a streaming service, it means that he has been able to extend the movie and slowly introduce us to the characters at the same time as showing us where his DCEU would have gone. And my oh my, it would have been so good. There are a hell of a lot of gorgeous shots in this film. Say what you want about Zack Snyder's filmmaking, he knows how to shoot a scene. It has been released in 4:3 aspect ratio, which personally I was a little bit tentative about, but after watching it I think I actually prefer this. It looked beautiful, and I wouldn't mind seeing more like this. The characters who benefit from this the most from the extended time are Cyborg and Steppenwolf, with some extra scenes given to the Flash to build his hero arc, making him a major, if not the major player in this whole film. But Cyborg, who was cut down in the theatrical release to nothing more than a placeholder, has time to show where he came from, what he's lost, and where he's going. It's a great development for a character that I've only ever come across in Teen Titans Go. He is given a backstory which is emotional and empathetic. His father hardly being there when he was young, missing the big game, and then using alien technology to bring him back from death. There is so much there that Cyborg surely should have had his own solo film. But saying that, what we got in Zack Snyder's Justice League is enough to show that Cyborg and Ray Fisher are one of the most important parts of Justice League. Steppenwolf is also given better motivation, being a subject of Darkseid, who is entrusted to be up to the task of retrieving the mother boxes. He has interactions with both Darkseid and later Darkseid himself, pushing the story further from the mother boxes to an even bigger threat. This version of Steppenwolf is also built as something to actually fear. Looking at the battle between Steppenwolf and the Amazons, we see that he is even bigger threat than we saw in the theatrical version, which actually goes on to show just how strong the Amazonians are. As his threat increases, the fact that the Amazons almost succeed in stopping him show that they are still extremely powerful, which was something that was sadly lacking from the theatrical release. This scene is a good example of how something we have already seen can be edited in such a way to add even more of a threat and make it feel fresh. Lois Lane gets more screen time than the 2017 version, but again, I don't think she has been utilised in a good way since Man of Steel. However, she has more time here and some hints towards where her character is going in the future. Sadly though, she is just here to mourn the loss of Clark. But it's a lot better than the role she played in the 2017 version. The way they use Superman in the film makes him feel as part of the team and not just the one strong enough to come and save the day. All the characters get their own hero moments, and as there is so much time for the development, they all shine in their own right, giving them all reasons for being there. No one is wasted, and everyone plays a part to assist in beating the bad guy. This is purely a Zack Snyder vision of Justice League. This is Snyder's version without studio interference. No matter how you went into seeing this film, either excited to see the Snyder Cut or just going in to see what it's all about, it is so much better than what we had in 2017. From a story point to the visuals and the choreography and the acting, it feels like Justice League's story, and the execution of it works extremely well. Now, despite enjoying this film, there are moments that I won't say didn't work, but they felt wrong. An example of this is the nightmare sequence at the end, and don't get me wrong, I loved it. I thought it was excellent. It showed Batman and Joker interacting perfectly. Now, despite how good it wasn't needed, and it didn't affect the film in any way. It is just a show where Justice League 2 and 3 may have gone, and sadly we may not get that now. Also, the Martian Manhunter scene was almost a little nod to Sam Jackson turning up to Tony Stark's house at the end of Iron Man. It didn't need to happen, as we met Martian Manhunter earlier on in the film. I'm not against it, but it seemed again tacked on just to extend the film. But then again, saying that, it's another way Zack Snyder has gone to thank the fans who have made this happen, made this possible. I'd give Zack Snyder's Justice League a 5 out of 5, or a best movie ever, because it does hold up, and it keeps my interest for over 4 hours. It is the director's vision, and is a far superior version to what we have seen previously. Without studio interference, this is what movies could be like. Overall, I absolutely love this film. I was hyped to see it, and I set my living room up as a cinema, moved the settee, had popcorn, everything. I watched the film, and I'm going to watch it again this evening with my son, who is a big Batman fan. I do hope that the extended runtime doesn't affect further viewings of the film, as setting 4 hours free to watch one movie is, at least for me, a difficult task. What did you think about Zack Snyder's Justice League? Did you enjoy it? Or are you one of those who felt that it was rubbish in 2017 as well as now? Let me know in the comments below and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified every Wednesday of our videos. Thanks for watching.